several psychological reasons why it works. But what we are using is one is the concept of archetypes. Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, he'd spoken of how all of us have let's say certain associations with certain people or concepts which are stereotypical, right? So we use those stereotypes to our advantage here. For example, when we use the whole idea of fire, fire is an element which causes cleansing and which also causes destruction, right? So here we are using that whole idea of fire to destroy emotions that are no longer necessary and cleanse the whole process, right? Similarly, when we use the whole archetype of source, source is something that's all powerful, origin, contains everything, and therefore nothing is impossible at this level, right? And therefore source as a term is used as an archetype, and we let source wash through all those levels, which means we are washing away all the disabilities or the can't do, can't recover kind of feelings which people tend to have. That is loosened up because we use the archetype of source. And the future integration is based on the idea that cellular regeneration happens extremely fast, right? I mean, if you look at our body, different parts of the body regenerate at different spaces. For example, with the eye cells completely change in 2 days. In most people it occurs within 48 hours. We have literally a new set of eyes every 2 days because cells get destroyed and new cells are born, and what we have is an entirely new set of eyes. So if you look at most of the body, we have an entirely new body every 6 months as far as cells are concerned. The longest, I believe liver takes the longest to regenerate. It takes about 7 years, but otherwise rest of the body, practically every few weeks you have an entirely new thing. So the whole idea here is, why do we have chronic ailments if our cells are regenerated? That's because we choose to carry on the cellular memory. The cells are new, but it downloads memory from the old cells even as the new cells are born. So the healing here occurs because the message that's given to the body is, hello, you don't need this memory. So die with the cell, don't get downloaded onto the new cell, let's move on. Right? So it's a very physiological process that you're dealing with, and the concept is extremely scientific here. So yeah, it integrates a lot of disciplines there. It integrates medicine, it integrates psychology, integrates emotions in general. Right? So extremely powerful process, but do remember to ensure that you're following the process step by step and not skipping anything. The campfire level is extremely important. At the same time, the future integration is extremely important, because very often the person processes it, but then because you're not going down to the cellular memory level, it's dissipated. So the person might feel good for a while, but after that goes back into the same pattern of the same emotion or the same ailment. So integrate it very well, because that's a very clear message given to the body consciousness, to the cellular memory, saying emotion has served its purpose, memory is no longer needed, so let the memory die with the cell. So within a few days you find ailments going down through the process. So extremely powerful, but do ensure that steps are followed properly.
But here, suppose person is having, say, maybe in the childhood or maybe in the later stage,
yeah,
some variety of say emotional trauma,
right,
or maybe incidents of now when we go through the process and sort of be guided by the partner, going through one emotion into another emotion and asking our inner child to go.
Yes.
Now, is it exactly, now take the case of, as you said, back problem. Now, these back problem may be associated with one trauma, but considering the 2-3 trauma, whether the journey is up to that particular trauma which has affected the back ache, by say partner guiding and all this thing, it may lead to another trauma also. So how to
Okay.
know that this exact one particular trauma caused that?
Okay.
Or a
Variety of it. Yes. It's possible sometimes. See, that's the reason why we set the context where we say, okay, at this moment in one process we'll deal only with one issue.
Or it may have good effect also, because all the other
Yeah.
traumas will be.
See, very often it's a pattern. So normally the problem is just one thing, it's just that you've accumulated it. So it's normally not so difficult unless the person has different emotional issues altogether. In that case, that's the reason why we set a context and say in one journey, one process we'll deal with one thing. Then of course you can do another process for the same person and deal with
There
it.
should be a sort of a counselor or maybe hypnotist.
You don't need to be a hypnotist, just ensure that steps are followed and don't lead the person. Right? What is very important is don't give answers for the person. Like that's a tendency, right? When we ask, what do you feel? And then we also supply the answer and say, are you feeling anger or rage? That we need to stop ourselves there. Only ask questions. Yeah, only ask questions, don't feed any kind of a response. Positively or negatively, don't feed
Do
responses.
you have one example? I mean, you have or in the book.
In the book there are several examples, yes.
So that
The book is called The Journey.
journey.
Yeah.
Journey.
No, The Journey.
By
Brandon Bays. Yeah. Bays, B-A-Y-S. It's called The Journey.
the concept seems to be a good
It's a very powerful process, very interdisciplinary, so it's quite holistic.
What is the problem? There is no source. In one problem. You cannot locate any source.
There is invariably a source, it's just that there is no intellectual memory of it, or there's no conscious memory in the present. And very often you find that the source of the problem is sometimes in vitro, where the person is in the womb and somebody says something to, like let's say the father kicks around the mother or abuses the mother, in a sense where the child starts feeling that I am not wanted. Because where I am is abused, so I am not wanted. Although the child is inside, it can perceive emotions. It can't probably talk or understand language, but it can perceive emotions. So very often you find the source being in vitro.
Or if we do it alone, is it that chances are we are lost?
See, lost in the sense what happens is the flip side of doing it alone is you name a feeling and you tend to wallow in that feeling. So if you're doing it alone, I would suggest record your voice. Record your voice, give a 10-15 second gap after every question. Ensure that you're moving on with the voice. Don't stay with the feeling. If you're working with a script, then if you're looking at the script and asking questions, you tend to stay in that emotion. The idea is not to stay.
You should move.
Yeah. Because the whole problem is caused because you're staying with the emotion, right? So the journey is about moving out of the emotion.
Is it possible that one child followed all this step very often?
Usually not. If you've completely processed it at the cellular level, it doesn't. Actually, I mean, the people that I've worked with so far at least have not come back with the same problem. So it's quite a powerful process. You might, the only thing you'll have to push people a little is where sometimes you get responses saying, I can't feel anything, or I feel stuck. That's a very common thing that people say. Understand that that's a pattern, and that's where you'll have to lead the person and say, listen, this is a pattern of getting stuck. How are you feeling about getting stuck? Lead the person on from there.
Or leave at that moment, start again after some.
No, don't start, because he'll come back and get stuck. It's a pattern. See, it's an avoidance issue where the person doesn't want to feel the emotion. Usually happens when the person is very comfortable staying uncomfortable. Right? The person's got into a comfort zone with the pain. So there you'll have to tell the person it's a pattern of getting stuck. How are you feeling about it? Push the person a little there. Sometimes, especially at if you're going down this level just before the source level, some people get a little panicky about, I think I'm falling somewhere, or it's like a black hole or something that's sucking me up. You get those sort of responses. Tell the person it's okay, you're physically safe here on this bed, on this sofa. Keep falling. Nothing's going to happen to you.
I said your partner should be thoroughly trained, because if there is a panic or say like a rape or something, so he may get.
Yes, but you just need, see, because here we are not dealing, there's nothing happening to the person physically, it's purely an emotional journey. You will be able to handle it, but follow the process, don't leave it midway.
Some assurance of security.
Yeah, just say that I'm here, nothing's going to happen to you, keep falling. If you're feeling like going down a tunnel or black hole or whatever description is given, just say keep falling till you hit. Now we're not going to tell the person you're going to hit source, okay, just tell the person keep falling. The person will come up and say, okay, I'm at some nice place.
Is this carried out somewhere here in Bombay?
This can be carried out anywhere. Yeah, I'm not sure if there are specific, I mean, I'm sure a lot of therapists use it. Yeah, a lot of therapists use it. Any other questions about the process?